Hey, good morning, everybody. I hope you all having a good day so far. I'm going to go ahead and start going over some of the stuff from the review. This video is going to, let's say, I'll take this video and do the first page of the review. So it's going to be 1.4 exponents in order of operations. Let's just take a look at a couple of these examples. So this one is definitely order of operations. When you're doing your test, the first thing that you need to do is recognize what type of problem is it, what are the operations that are going on. I look here and I just see some multiplication in the parentheses, some subtraction inside, and then some addition. So there's nothing else to do here but follow order of operations. Step one, you do parentheses from the inside out. Okay. I'm going to go step by step so you can see exactly what order you need to go in. 6 minus 2 is 8. Okay, remember, I do everything inside the parentheses first. And then 3 plus 5 times 8 here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Then I have to add first before I multiply. Do this first. Everything inside the parentheses first. 3 times 43, and now it's just 3 times 43, and you figure out what that is. Okay, same thing here. Well, this is the same problem. Okay, this one too, just order of operations. Order of operations. Oops, let me rewrite that. Looks ugly. Okay, so when I do order of operations and I see division problems or fractions, I always do the top first, then the bottom, and then I do the last step is divide always. So what's on top? We have parentheses, so I'm going to do that first. 2 plus 1, 9 plus 2 is 11. I can do this, 3 times 3. Remember, 3 squared equals 3 times 3. It's not 3 times 2. It's not 2 times 3. It's 3 times 3. So that becomes 9 plus 9. It's 1 steps. 1 times 11 is 11. 2 plus 11 is 11, 12, 13. 9 plus 9 on the bottom here is 18. So see, I just did all the top first and all the bottom. And at the end, I have 13 divided by 18. And I don't think I can simplify that, so I'm going to leave it as a fraction for my answer. Okay. Order of operations are the simplest types of problems you can see. Let's take a look here. What do I need to do first? Before parentheses, the only thing before parentheses is, well, actually groupings is first, and then we'll do exponents. Second, first. So let's see, 5 plus 3 minus 2 is 1. 5 times 5 is 25, and then I just add all this together. 5 plus 1 is 6, plus 1 is 30. How long is this video so far? I don't want to make it more than 5 minutes. Okay. Adding and subtracting real numbers. Again, this is fractions. Don't get confused when you add fractions. The denominator must be the same. You have to make sure denominators are the same, otherwise you can't add them. When you're multiplying, it doesn't matter, but when you're adding, you have to make sure the denominators are the same. So this just becomes negative 5 plus 7 divided by 16. You finish that out and you'll be all set. This is another order of operations, except right here we need to distribute that positive and negative. So it equals negative 23 plus 18. Positive times a negative is a negative because these parentheses are indicating that you need to multiply the positive and the negative. Okay, then you do the subtraction. Starting off with a negative 23 plus 18, that's going to be negative 8. What's the difference between 23 and 18? 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, that's negative 5, minus 4 more. So you're going to have a more of a negative number. Okay, for adding negative plus negative equals a negative number. Positive plus positive equals a positive. And a negative plus a positive is whichever number is bigger. Determines the sign. Okay. When you see problems that say solving linear equations, this means find x. Okay, solving means find x. So I have to get rid of addition and subtraction first, or my goal is to get all the x. At the end of the day, I want x on the left and everything else on the right, so I can find what the value of x is. To do that, I've got to go in order of operations, kind of the opposite direction here when I'm solving for variables. Those cancel. Bring down the negative 7x. 10 and 17 is 27. Then I'm going to subtract the 2x together so I can get it on the other side. Negative 7 and negative 2 is a negative 9x. Now I can separate this by dividing by negative 9. Divide by negative 9. Those cancel. And I'm left with x equals 27 divided by negative 9, which is a negative 3. Okay. You guys are going to do the same steps for this, except it's even easier because what happens? Those cancel out. Those cancel each other out. You have 0. Subtract the 2x from both sides. Then that becomes 1x. X equals 0. Easy breezy. Okay. Let's take a look at formulas. So there's two problems on the final. One is like a geometry problem. It's got like a shape, a 3D shape, and you need to find the surface area or the volume or something. But don't get confused and get afraid that it's a geometry problem. It's not. It's just a formula problem. In that problem, they will give you the formula, and they will give you all the variables in the formula, just like they do here. So all you need to do is solve. Okay. What's unknown here? Well, let's plug in what we have. We have a, which is 8. We have, so a goes here, b goes here. The unknown is h, so we're trying to figure out what h is. All we got to do is divide by 4. And then we're going to see that h is equal to 8 divided by 4, which is 2. Okay. This one's the same. You have given numbers. You're going to substitute them in. So 80 equals 4 times 8 plus 2 plus 2. W is 2. H is, okay, we don't know what H is, but we're going to figure it out. And now it's just order of operations kind of. 4 times 8 is 16 times 2 is 32 plus 4H. You're going to subtract 32 from both sides. 80 minus 32 is 48, I think. Divide by 4, divide by 4. H equals 48 divided by 4, which is 12. That's the first page. I'm gonna stop the video there so I can give them into like kind of shorter videos. I'm gonna post this on the first slide of the Nearpod, and then I'll post another video here in a little bit.